I wanted to make a video that shows how to create a lesson by uploading a document. And you can use a lesson plan. That's really why I built this feature into TeachSpark. But I'm using the Business Management Toolkit, which is something that all business management students need. So all you do is you put in a lesson goal, just like always, and then you scroll down to the document or lesson plan to where you upload that. And then I'm going to go grab the document that is put out by the IB Business Management curriculum. Once you upload the document, then you just select what grade level your subject, and then the app type, whatever kind of app you want to make. One of the things about TeachSpark is you can do this for all different app types if you like, if that's what you want to do. I'm picking simulation. I could do number of questions, but I'm just going to let the engine decide. So now I'm going to speed up this so we can go through the actual generation. 5 to 7 minutes. Seems like a long time the first few times, but then after you see what you get, you get pretty comfortable with the 5 to 7 minute generation time. That's when you can go grab a cup of coffee or work on something else while the engine is generating your activity. And I'm going to show also on this how you create a lesson plan from the activity that's already been created. You can always create a lesson plan without anything, just tell Valerie what you want, or you can create a lesson plan from an activity. But we'll go through this activity a little bit once it's generated. It should be finishing up pretty soon. Anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. If it goes longer than that and it just stops, you just regenerate. Not a big deal. It is AI, so it doesn't always do everything perfectly. Okay, so here is what it created. And the Business Management Toolkit has different tools. I'm narrating this after the fact, so I know that it came out well. Always check the jump to selection. Now I'm going to grab the student URL just to kind of go through what it created. Of course, the student can use any name they want. And you can see here, these are all the parts of the document that I uploaded. This came out very nice, this activity that TeachSpark created. And so it goes through all the different tools in the Business Management Toolkit, and then it does a knowledge check. So I actually am going to go through all of this because I also wanted to show how the submit works at the end. You can see how the rubrics are matched to the questions. So no creating rubrics when you're using TeachSpark. TeachSpark does that automatically. So this is exit ticket, right? We're all teachers. We know that we like having exit tickets. So here's where the exit ticket would be. I'm just going to write in some nonsense here. And then the student can view their results. Of course, I didn't do very well because I wasn't trying to do very well. And you can see it records all the answers. And then they will submit activity. And the last thing they need to do is they need to hit done. That's what sends it back to your dashboard. So make sure your students hit done. Once they select done, it goes back to your dashboard and you can go back to the teacher part of the app. Now here you can change the name just by, you can type in anything you want, but I usually just copy the name of the activity and paste it. And then once you either refresh the page or go back. So the next thing when it's your activity, you need to make sure it's the activity that you created. It's easy, so you can just put it on top. So here is what the back end says. The AI reviews short answer questions for you. So, and you can read what had happened. Actually, for this one, I copied and pasted on purpose. And so the AI checked and saw that what they had done was not the real answer, same as here. You can override any of that. You can also send feedback to your students. Again, this can all be anonymous. They can use any name they want. You should, hopefully you know your students' names in the classroom. but that's how you protect the privacy of students. All they have to use is their first name and initial, if it's, same name, or they can come up with their own names if they want. Send feedback. It creates a link for you. All you have to do is copy the link. Then you can put this in the LMS or wherever you want to do. I'm just going to show how it works by putting it in another browser window. And so when the student opens it, they see the feedback. So your teacher's reviewed the work, and this is the feedback. Nice try, but you did not answer the questions. I didn't answer the questions. So that's how you get the feedback. So let's look real quick at, so here's the card with the lesson on it. If I wanted to build different types of activities, I could use the learning path. So, but here's the lesson plan button. I can generate a lesson plan. This is one of the things that happens quickly in TeachSpark. So here's lesson plan. You can download it. You can copy to clipboard. If you want to edit it, copy to a clipboard, put it in a Google Doc, or you can save it directly to TeachSpark. So all your lesson plans can be saved directly in TeachSpark. I'm going to just give it a new folder, give it a new name. It'd be helpful if I could actually spell business. So then you just save the lesson plan, and it will save under the lesson plan tab. Again, you can download it. This is what it looks like directly out of TeachSpark. The copy is there. You can copy the whole thing and just put it into a Google Doc or something so you can edit yourself. But this is what it looks like directly out of TeachSpark. It's a lesson plan. It's geared to this activity. It even has a link for the activity in there for you to share with your students. And of course, the exit ticket and all the things that a normal lesson plan has. You can also add it to Google Calendar. I'm not going to go through everything with that, but you know how to add it. You can also post this activity to, you can do an answer key. Again, that's just another calendar icon for you. You can drag and drop these if you want to create a folder and keep everything in the same folder. All you have to do is press the plus. If you hit return after putting this information, it will build the folder for you. I did it. I'm going to do it twice, and you can always delete the folder, which is easy enough to do. Again, you can just drag and drop an activity into the folder. Anyway, so that is how you create a lesson plan. You use a lesson plan or whatever document you want to create an activity. In TeachSpark.